Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Focus on the Future. I am Council Chair Derek Leon Davis. Thank you for tuning in. Most artists perform their whole careers hoping to win a Grammy Award. Not at Largo High School. These student performers have already earned that high honor. We will talk with the principal, choir, and band directors, and of course, the students about how they did it, what it means, and the impact of arts on education. Up next on Focus on the Future comes your way in just a moment. But first, let me share a little of the talent of the Largo students with you right now.
On the Future, a production of the Prince George's County Council. We're breaking new ground every day in Prince George's County, doing big things on purpose and celebrating major projects like the Regional Medical Center, new places to live, work, shop, and play, and the expansion of National Harbor. We're enhancing our quality of life and on our way to becoming the region's next economic powerhouse. This is Focus on the Future with your host, Council Chairman Derek Leon Davis.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this edition of Focus on the Future. This program is a production of the Prince George's County Council. I am your host, Council Chair Derek Leon Davis. I could not be prouder of Largo High School. Recently, the school's choir won a Grammy Award. Largo was the only school in the metropolitan Washington area to receive this honor. These smart, talented students not only told the story of Largo High School, but they represented the good news of our school system in Prince George's County. Today's Focus on the Future will celebrate the collective accomplishments of Largo's principal, faculty, and students as we discuss critical importance of arts in education. I want to welcome the principal of Largo High School, Dr. Affie Marshall, as my first guest. Thank you for joining us on this version of Focus on the Future, and I'm sorry for tearing your name up.
That's all right. That's all right.
I apologize. It's good to see you.
Good to see you again.
I love hanging out at Largo High School, but don't tell all of my friends at Central High School.
It's our secret.
That's right. Don't let them know. Oh, we're taping today.
Yeah. Oops.
Silly me. Well, we're getting to learn a lot more about Largo and its success. Give me a snapshot of Largo High School and the students.
I would say that first of all, thank you so much for having us here and for recognizing my students and my staff for their hard work. It's something that we appreciate because we don't always get the positive recognition that I think we deserve. So I want to thank you for giving us a chance to talk about our school. Going into my second year as the principal, and I can tell you that when I arrived, I saw what is a family. Largo High School is truly a family. It's a community. The students work well together. The staff have been in the building for many years. They're dedicated to Largo High School. And so I walked into what I think was probably one of the best kept secrets in Prince George's County. My students, every opportunity that they're given, any chance that they're given to succeed, they rise up to the challenge. Not only do they rise up, they exceed the expectations that we have for them. So Largo is really a very lively, great high school to be a part of. I'm very fortunate to be the principal of the school.
Well, we welcome you here. You've been here about a year and a half, 2 years, working on 2 years now?
Finishing 2 years when the school year ends this year.
Right through the honeymoon, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
So let's talk about arts integration for a minute. What exactly does that mean, and how has it contributed to the learning experience at Largo?
Well, I've been a high school educator for almost 20 years, and what I've seen across my career is at some point, kids don't have fun coming to school anymore. Ooh. Early on, you see elementary school kids, they're excited to be there. I don't know what that point is, but there becomes a point where it becomes work. It becomes tedious. It doesn't become something they're excited to do. So for me, arts integration is that tool. What I really wanted to do is to tap into the things that the kids already love to do, use that to kind of ignite everything else academically, use that connection, but to cross over the line into the academic success as well. So to me, that's what arts integration brings, is it allows the kids who are talented musically to have that outlet, but also the kids who maybe aren't going to have careers in music, but they're going to have that outlet, that passion, and that connection to the school so that they can improve their academics.
I often, reforming musician myself, I often utilize the things that I learned in music to also guide how I operate in business and in politics. And what you use the term, we use the term now, arts integration. When I first remember being elected, we used to talk about STEM all the time. And STEM stood for?
So science, technology,
engineering
and mathematics. Yes.
And what we started to say was we needed to put the A back in the STEM to create the STEAM, and the A is arts.
Absolutely.
And it kind of brings it all together. So just the use of that idea to motivate children, to motivate our students as they move along the path. And it kind of is personal for me because I went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore on both a music scholarship and an honors program scholarship. So I was fortunate enough to be able to use that integration. Now this was way back in the day, a long time ago, but the reality is that as we have the opportunity to embed that in our youth, we need to. So we'll be talking to the choir and the band director later, Mr. Felder and Mr. Elias. Tell me about some of the teachers at Largo High School.
As I shared, our teachers are loyal to the school. They work so hard. In particular, Mr. Felder, our choir director, Mr. Elias, our band director. They are there all the time. They literally are working nights, they're working weekends. The results that they're getting with students come from hours and hours of dedication on the part of our students as well. Almost any day right now, if you come to Largo High School at 6, 7, or 8 p.m., you will see the band preparing for their Battle of the Bands. And Mr. E can share a little bit more about that with you, but the alumni come back. The students who used to go to Largo and graduated years ago, they come back and participate.
That's too much fun. Yeah. It sounds like this is back when I was younger and as I first got involved in my work career, we used to call it community in schools. It sounds like this is the actual environment that you've started to create at Largo.
We really have. Our doors are wide open, and what I found is that there are more people willing to help us and get involved than we can even use sometimes. But we have strong community support from local churches, from alumni. They are willing and want to help us. They want to be a part of improving the school. They want to be a part of improving education at Largo High School. So we really have done a lot with getting the community involved, and the support that we've received has been phenomenal.
Great. Great administrators, great teachers, great students, community involved in the process. It's the great equalizer. It's the thing that changes academic achievement. When you have your parents and your community involved in the school, time really is well served, and we end up with great, great students.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Dr. Mearshaw. It's time to take a brief break, but don't go away. Up next, Largo's choir director, Brandon Felder, and band director Lonnie Elias. But first, how do you take high school students from that first day in the choir or band all the way to a Grammy honor? Focus on the Future returns after this. Welcome back to Focus on the Future, a production of the Prince George's County Council. I am Council Chair Derek Leon Davis, your host. With me now are Largo School's winning faculty members, Performing Arts Chair and Choir Director Brandon Felder, and Band Director Lonnie Elias. Thank you both for joining me in this important conversation about the relationship between the arts and education in Prince George's County, that Grammy win, and how you're helping Largo students achieve success. Welcome to Focus on the Future.
Thank you, Chairman Davis.
I guess congratulations are in order.
Thank you so much.
Rare time, rare air when you get to talk about a Grammy for a high school, for kids who are just starting their careers, just starting really to learn the ins and outs of music and understanding what it means to reach the high peaks. Talk to me a little bit about that, Mr. Felder.
Well, again, thank you, Councilman Davis, for this opportunity to celebrate and advocate for the arts, and especially what we're doing at Largo High School. We're excited because this past November, we received let me kind of be a little clear on the wording of it. It was a Grammy grant through the Grammy Signature Program, and the Washington, D.C. chapter recognized Largo High School in our Performing Arts Department. The amazing thing about this time is that the National Grammy Signature Program was suspended this year due to, I don't know if it was limited funding or budgets or kind of some other things that were going on.
Funding, right?
Always along those ideas. But the DC chapter just really was an amazing supporter of our department. And not only did they allow us to get a grant and a letter in the mail from the actual Recording Academy, they also gave us a gramophone statue that was received for the school.
I got to hold that.
You did, you did. We actually have two, one in the choir room, one in the band room. In addition to that, like I said, we thought upon ourselves that we should recognize the village that has created these opportunities for our students. So the Grammy Academy and our humanitarian, educational, artistic, and religious corporate sponsors and partners within the community.
When I visited the school for the ceremony and I finally got to touch a Grammy, a gift from the Grammys, I was really excited. But it's got to be more to it. And I think the principal, when we had the conversation, Dr. Mears said, we talked about it, the community in the school. And it sounds like now we're going even beyond just the community that surrounds the school. Sounds like you said faith-based institutions.
Absolutely.
We have other musical institutions that are bringing this to bear and coming to Largo. Sounds like we're really starting to put the A back in STEM, huh?
Absolutely, and arts education brings what I call the C's: community, collaboration, critical thinking, and with all of that, it also brings awareness with the students for them to recognize that they're able to do things that they would have never known.
Community, collaboration, critical thinking. You don't
yes.
mind if I steal that, right?
Just give me credit the first time.
I'll give you all the, what we got to give you a finder's fee, right?
Exactly.
That is a great way of approaching the thought. I've found that in many instances, when you can break things down for people to understand in that manner, it really works much better for them. So tell me a little bit more about the program in the school. Is it just the band, or is it just the choir, or is it just this or that, or is it something different?
Okay, it's a lot deeper than what you see.
All right.
But definitely choir, band, and also dance.
Oh,
and dance is just amazing at Largo High School. Okay. So we got the total package.
So how do you integrate it? Is it auditions? You know, what is it? If I came to Largo on a day that Dr. Mirza wasn't there, would I see students running down the hall dancing and instruments like on the TV show Fame from way back in my generation?
You might.
You might see that?
Yes, sir.
All right, don't tell her. I won't tell her if you don't.
You might. Yeah, no, we actually don't do auditions.
Okay.
As long as you want to be a part of something, you want to be great.
Okay.
We don't necessarily weed out the talented kids. We're going to get them anyway.
That's right.
So as long as you have a child with some desire and some personal pride, and want to be great, then you belong to us.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, and we often forget how important arts integration is. And I had that conversation with Dr. Mirza, and we often take that A out. That arts piece, especially in the grades as you go up, becomes more and more important as an attractor to keep children interested. And so many of our students, and I'll talk to them later, end up in having great opportunities. And I shared with her, I had a great opportunity to go to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore on both a music scholarship and an honors scholarship. So this is just so critically important to me, and how I view what is important to children. Doctor.
And I just wanted to say something to just say what my colleague has been saying for so long. It's very rare that you find a band, a choir, and a dance department that work together. My very first year at the school, my vision was to really approach and attack the 5-mile radius within the school. So Largo, Upper Marlboro, Kettering, not only just the institutions, but what I found was not only an ally, but a colleague, but almost like a brother. Like I said, we might be brothers. I don't know. But I will never forget our very first performance that year was 4 days into the school year, and the choir and the band at First Baptist of Glenarden in Upper Marlboro, the choir and the band came together. So we took about 70 to 80 students.
Easily.
I noticed at the award ceremony, you had folks from many of the local faith-based institutions. You have folks from, like I said, the music community. I ran into some old friends who performed in the music community when I was young. I won't go into how long ago that was.
About 3 years back.
Yeah, there you go. Hire him. You know, when you look at that opportunity and what they can share with the students, well, you want to, you know, you win this Grammy award this year. What's next? What do we do next?
Well, I mean, anything we can imagine. You reach the top, you build a ladder.
All right.
Right.
All right.
So it's a never-ending thing. So the challenge is for us. You know, what other opportunities can we create? What else is out there? What else is available? So actually, for the band, the instrumental part of the department, we're doing an end of the school year celebration. We call it the band homecoming.
Okay.
So in terms of keeping that community connection, we ask all of our graduates, I don't care if they graduated in 1952,
Wow.
we ask them to come back and we play as one large band, and we have the community come out. We have other high schools come out with their alumni. And it's a good way for us to sprint across the finish line.
When is that going to be?
That's going to be June 9th, Friday.
Friday, June the 9th.
7
What time?
p.m.
7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
And it's an all call for musicians in the area to bring their horns.
Come on.
And folks who can sing, come on out and celebrate.
Yes, celebrate.
As opposed to on Friday night going to do what you normally do. Come on out with Largo High School and celebrate, bring your instruments, and have a good time.
Choir singing the national anthem to open up, and that's, like I said, our end of the year, our salute. And excited about next year, we're actually performing at the Kennedy Center. And we will also be performing, hopefully, at the National Cathedral twice, once for Bishop Desmond Tutu and remembrance.
Thank you, Mr. Felder, and thank you, Mr. Elias. Just another short break as we get ready to talk with a few of Largo's shining stars, or should I say Largo Lions. One thing's for sure, they are winners, and I want to share just a little bit of them singing America the Beautiful. It's one of those things that kind of gave me chills the last time I heard it. But focus on the future, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Focus on the Future, a production of the Prince George's County Council. I am Council Chair Derek Leon Davis, your host. And here with me now are 5 of Largo's finest musical artists. Welcome and thank you for joining us on Focus on the Future. So congratulations are at order for my young lions. Your achievements were already marked out by your principal and your band director and choir director. So let's just get started right in with introductions. So I'm going to ask you to tell me your name and what year you're in at Largo and what you do in the Performing Arts program.
My name is Mackenzie Sherman. I'm a graduating senior at Largo High School, and I'm the pianist for the choir.
Wow.
Okay, my name is Halima Caldwell. I'm a graduating senior and I sing in the choir.
All right.
My name is Dejon Bowen. I'm a graduating senior at Largo High School, and I'm the tuba section leader in the marching band.
Did you say tuba?
Yes.
All right.
My name is Miriam Gaskin. I'm a graduating senior of Largo High School, and I play steel pan and percussion within the marching band.
Steel pan?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, that's hex.
Hi, my name is Travis McGee. I'm a freshman at Largo High School, and I play the tenor drum in the marching band and the drum set in the jazz band, and I sing with the choir.
So you the drummer?
Yes.
All right. So it sounds like we have an entire ensemble. We should have had a performance here today. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull that off, but you know, we're proud of you. You did a great job. This Grammy this Grammy award from the Grammy Association is a high mark for everyone. So we have 4 seniors and a freshman, ninth grader. So let me start with the seniors to see, well, what's next? What do you do now? What's the next thing for you, Mackenzie?
Well, after I graduate, I plan on attending Towson University and majoring in music. And when I finish college, I plan on becoming a private piano lesson teacher.
Oh, wow, a teacher.
Well, I'm continuing my studies at Morgan State University, and I'm studying music. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do after, but I'll figure it out.
Okay, but you're gonna study music at Morgan?
Yeah, yes.
All right.
I'm going to enlist in the Air Force.
Okay, all right, Air Force. All right, they have a band in the Air Force too, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So it's maybe another opportunity, right?
Yeah, I'm auditioning.
You might have to check that out. How about
I
you?
plan to continue my education at Prince George's Community College.
Okay.
I plan to major in environmental studies and hopefully transfer to University of Maryland, College Park.
Okay, all right. How you gonna keep playing the steel pan?
As much as I can.
How long have you been playing it?
I've actually been playing for about 9 years now.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, I really enjoyed the steel pan. It's
Thank you very
such a unique and different instrument. So from the heart of a musician, I just admired when I followed you playing the other day. How about you, Travis? My freshman. You have a tall order in front of you for the next several years over at Largo. What do you see as the things that you need to do as a young student? What's this experience been like for you for the last year, and how are you going to make sure you take the ideas of the seniors that'll leave you and impart them in the freshmen that come behind you?
Well, it's been very good with me since I've been there.
Okay.
I felt very welcomed, and I just plan to, continue doing what I've been doing, keeping my grades up and continuing being in the band and being in the choir.
That sounds like too much fun for me, Travis. It sounds like that what we have to do is make sure over the next few months that the seniors are rising, no, not rising seniors, are graduating seniors. You make sure that you have some breakfast meetings with Travis so that all of the things that you learned in the last several years you've been there, you give to Travis so I can hold him responsible for teaching the next freshmen that come in. Is that a bet? All right, that's a bet. All right, because we have to keep this idea growing. It's such a beautiful thing, and it's just heartwarming to see my young folks excelling in academics, utilizing music as a tool for their future. So this year, as you've experienced this great high honor with regard to the Grammy, how did this impact your academic performance, and how did this impact your academic performance in the classroom? Did it help you? Did it give you something to look forward to? Did it make you prioritize? Talk to me just a little bit about how music helped you academically.
Well, honestly, being a part of the music program at Largo has encouraged me not to come to school, but I do come to school, but to have fun where I'm going and then make new friends in the choir. So coming from the choir and the music department, I would say I had a lot of fun, and it's a good experience for me. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in my future, but now I'm sure that this is what I want to do.
Wow.
The Grammy definitely was a very
motivator.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good experience, especially for me wanting to study in music. It shows me the kind of etiquette that you have to have, the kind of I don't know the word, but the kind of this is the kind of things that you have to do to get to where you want to go.
Right. That's
so
right.
we had one goal, that was to get to the Grammys, and we got there.
All right. You accomplished your goal.
Exactly.
And that really helped. I see the smile. I was worried that we weren't going to have these smiles, but I think the sense of accomplishment, the sense of achievement, the sense of family, enjoying the fact that you could show up at school.
Definitely.
And what period of the day is band or choir? When does that occur? Is it always after school, or is it also a class for you?
It's also a class.
So did you find that you looked forward to those opportunities?
Yes.
How about you, Travis?
Yes.
You too, Miriam?
Most definitely.
All right, and the tuba, see, I'm quite sure they don't let you play the tuba inside the school that frequently. You have to be down in the band room because you'd rattle all the halls.
Yes,
you might tear the lockers up that way, man. But so tell me this, Air Force, what made you want to go in the Air Force?
Well, throughout my high school career, you were really encouraged to go to college, and I thought I was going to college.
Okay.
But I think 12th grade, I thought maybe I should look at the other options I have.
Okay.
And I think that the Air Force is a better option for me personally.
Okay. That's what the choice is about. I think we call it nowadays college and career readiness. And this is something that we talk about: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and we always talk about putting the arts back in it. Having the ability to make those kind of choices are important, and I'm so glad that we have that diversity of thought. Prince George's Community College, again, and right here in the heart of Prince George's County, is a phenomenal community college. It gets worldwide recognition, okay, maybe just in the United States, but the way we see it, we have many visits from the past president, so you're picking a great institution. And I heard Towson State here in Maryland and Morgan State. I'm a product of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, just a little partial to the HBCU, the Historical Black College and University. And one of the stories I'll tell just real briefly, because this is about you guys, is when I was matriculating at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, I heard one of the most phenomenal voices I've ever heard come from our performing arts building. This is your homework. When you go home, look up MESA, M-A-Y-S-A, LEAK. I walked across the campus, and from our auditorium, I heard this powerful voice. And I said, well, who in the world is that? Because at UMES, our choir, we had a really good choir. But Morgan State University's choir was visiting us for a performance. And the person who was singing was Mesa Leak. If you look her up, and maybe you can Google these days, you can do it on your phone. Don't do it to disservice of just using your phone. Get some speakers where you can really hear Mesa Leak's voice. And she came from Morgan State University. Okay. So I just want to put that out there for you so that you can know what type of expectations we'll have of you taking from Largo here in Prince George's County up to Baltimore to Morgan State University. So no pressure. No pressure. So look, all right, now that you heard a little bit about me, tell me about your dream and what you would really want to see if in fact, and let's say we put 20 years on you, how are you going to take all of these experiences and give them back to somebody else?
Well, like I said before, I wanted to be a piano teacher. So I really wanted to start out small with like probably 4 students, probably around the age of like 6. Okay. And I wanted to expand my business. If I could, it would be great if I could make it like an actual business. It could be like worldwide. And we here from Largo, we have a gift to give you.
Oh, I have my own shirt. Oh my goodness! Now is this the old guy with the gut size for me? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate it. And you guys, I'm expecting big. Did I say big? Yes. Big things from you. Travis, make sure that you have breakfast with your graduating seniors so that when we come back next year and we're up for that next Grammy or whatever the award will be, that you're ready to come because you're going to have to take Mackenzie's seat, okay? All right. My thanks and congratulations to my guest on this edition of Focus on the Future, Largo High School Principal Dr. Affie Marshall, Performing Arts Department Chair and Choir Director Brandon Felder, and Director of the band, Mr. Lonnie Elias. The Council appreciates the commitment of our administrators and our faculty to the successful future of our young Prince Georgians. To our Largo High School student performers, Mackenzie Sherman, Halima Caldwell, Travis McGee, also Miriam, and as well my young fella Dejon, thank you. You are doing big things on purpose, and we are so very proud of you. This programming is the production of the Prince George's County Council. I am Council Chair Derek Leon Davis, your host, and I am focused on the future of Prince George's County.